Pakistan Army's chief information officer used numbers to describe the atrocity. At least 141 people killed, 132 of them children. CCTV's Jim Spellman joins us from the newsroom with more. And Jim, take us through what happened and what is being done in the aftermath of the Pakistan school massacre.
Elaine, details have been difficult to pin down, but here's what we know at this point based on local government spokespeople and media reports. The siege began around 10 a.m. Tuesday when militants from the Pakistani Taliban, known as the TTP, scaled the walls of the Army Public School and Degree College in Peshawar, Pakistan. This is a school mostly attended by children of military families. Eyewitnesses say the terrorists began shooting children indiscriminately, making their way from room to room throughout the school. Pakistani security forces responded within about 15 minutes, but it took several hours before they were able to corner the terrorists. Ultimately, all of the militants were killed, some by the Pakistani security forces, while some reportedly blew themselves up. At least 141 people were killed in the attack, as you mentioned, 132 of them children, mostly between the ages of 12 and 16.
This is an inhuman act. These are animals who have carried it out, and it's time for the whole nation to stand together and fight the terror of those Taliban who have refused the offers earlier by the government for talks and who continue to do terrorism, and they don't have the courage to fight the fighters. They are now attacking little children. This is absolutely unacceptable, and it is time to teach them a lesson once and for all.
The Pakistani Taliban says this attack was revenge for military operations in the region, Elaine.
Jim, give us a sense of reaction from people around the world.
Well, we've already heard condemnation of this from the UK, the UN, the US, but perhaps the most striking reaction has come from Malala Yousafzai, the young woman who was shot by the Pakistani Taliban back in 2012 and has gone on to become an advocate for education rights in Pakistan, winning the Nobel Peace Prize in November.
My family and I are heartbroken after hearing the news that more than 100 innocent children and teachers have lost their lives in this recent attack on a school in Peshawar. And we stand with all those families and all those children who are injured right now and who are suffering through this big trauma.
She's calling for the international community and political leaders in Pakistan to come together and fight against terrorism, Elaine.
All right, Jim Spellman in our Washington newsroom.